Hey everyone, welcome back. It's once again another Friday with Dannphan. Hopefully your Fridays are going all well and smooth. I guess it's been like kind of a weird week or month, really, I guess, with trying to finish up the Horizon Quest campaign. But I have gotten an update as far as those last books go. So good to at least know what's going to be happening. Should be at the very least finished up by the end of the month. Nice to see so many familiar faces. Hey, Ishkra, welcome back. It's been a while. El Kraken, Gabe the Jen, Brian, even fresher Luke is here. Dannphan the Chan. Yep. Yeah. So it's a thing, but you know. For those of you who didn't see the Indiegogo update, what actually happened is the Slayer in the Wide Valley books, which were for the people who got the double book bundle and up, they also get this extra book that Adam was writing. And those books ended up getting delayed because we switched printers. Yeah, sure, gonna happen. But then like probably more than a week goes by and the books don't arrive when they say that they're going to. The first interaction with the company was like, yeah, they'll get there soon. And nothing happened. And then we call the company up and we get completely different information, which is that we had to fill out this form so that we could receive them. Yeah, it would have been nice to know the day you shipped them out that we were supposed to fill out this form. We had to call to find out this information. If we never knew, they probably would have just been shipped back from whence they came. But yeah, so it was irritating. But we got the form done, and hopefully we will see those books soon, and then we'll just blast through, finish the campaign in like a day or two. But yeah, that was frustrating because it's like I can understand if a delay is unavoidable, but that was super avoidable if they had just, I don't know, emailed us, called us, anything to tell us that was what we were supposed to do. But yeah, you know, I feel bad because I'm normally not so late when it comes to campaigns that I've done, but it should be fine, I guess. Yeah, it all worked out in the end. So, looking on the bright side of things at least. And now I'm already moving on to the next thing, which is my own comic series. Hopefully. I'm hoping it picks up steam. I've got a vague plan of how I want to do everything when it comes to that. So, yeah, that'll be where I'm putting most of my focus until I can finish the Horizon Quest campaign. And I'll have a much bigger news and fun stuff about that series come August. So there you are. Are those real or faux wood panels? Yeah, they're fake. They are fake. But, you know, it's funny when people enter the chat and they're all like, whoa, this room is straight out of the 80s. Yeah, it is quite a dated room. I'll give it that. New comic series, yes, tell us more. Reaper! Yes, exactly right. That is it. I am excited about it. I just hope it has the audience to back it up, you know? This one looks like it can be good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It can, in fact, be quite good. So, yeah, August, I wanted to do a preview read. I wanted to release pages for everyone just to read a good chunk of the story and then leave you on a cliffhanger naturally. But then you can decide with a whole bit of knowledge whether or not you would like to purchase the book. And then you can join the mailing list if you think that you would like to purchase the book, which is in the description, by the way. Sorry, I gotta tie my hair up because it's hot. Everyone's like commenting, oh wow, your hair looks so nice down. Yes, but it's also summer. Ugh. In general, I have very long hair, so it's just like kind of constantly getting in my way. But I like having my hair long. Makes me feel like a princess. And I like that. Almost 100 degrees here. It's hot in Texas. Oh god, I bet. I was considering getting this one job without being specific. But one of the requirements is moving to Texas. And so I was thinking to myself, oh, that is not the ideal place I'd like to live. Nothing bad about Texans or like, the overall environment there, but I am not a huge fan of really hot places or deserty places for that matter. I'm more of a cool temperature mountain type gal. I'd like to live up in the mountains, preferably in a castle, but I don't think I don't think that exact future is going to pan out for me, but I can at least find a place in the mountains. That I can do that much. Perhaps a very small, tiny house cabin, as that is the only thing I can afford at the moment. Don't come to Texas. It's 85% summertime around here. Yep, for sure. And just the weather this month here. Like, we don't live in a very hot area or anything, but the weather has been so swampy, like so humid and like rainy. It's just the hot humidity where it just constantly feels like you're in a sauna. That is the worst. Do not recommend. At least in Texas, it's fairly dry. It's not. We need some dryness over here because I'm living in a swamp right now. But yeah, I do prefer cold weather. I know a lot of people don't like the snow because of driving. That is a problem, but I like the snow. The snow is pretty. It's nice and cold. Get some hot chocolate, slurp, slurp. I enjoy that. But yeah. The humidity in Tennessee punches you in the face when you walk outside. Fun fact, our books are being held in Tennessee right now. Trent, you want to go get our books for us? Yeah, we asked them on the phone, like, where are they right now? Where are they being held? Since you're not shipping them to our house, where are they? I'm pretty sure she said Memphis. Yeah, go get the books. Excellent. You can ship them out for us. But yeah, it's whatever. Florida has hot summer plus crocodiles, so Texas isn't the worst. Yeah. I mean, like Florida also has some swampy weather there, right? Although I guess the last time I was in Florida, the weather was actually quite nice. This has really good hot wings. I'll keep that in mind. But, what other news do I have, I guess? I guess that was the main thing, is just finally having some news on the books and where the heck they are and when they'll be here. They said early next week they should arrive at our house, and then we have to ship them out to you guys. So it's a whole process. I am hoping that everyone, or at least mostly everyone, gets their books by the end of the month. Because really, I wasn't supposed to be fulfilling the campaign for this long. I'm, as you can tell by the announcement, I was supposed to be focusing on this new project now, and it feels bad not giving a new project all of your attention. Even though I'm done shipping out packages for now, I still have it in the back of my head that we're going to get new books that I'll have to start shipping out again. And that can be a little bit distracting while you're like still drawing up pages for this new project that's I want to do a big preview read for August. And I guess I can go over my plans with that here on stream if you would like to know. Oh, one nice thing, I finally have business cards. Woo! I went to our first con at EternalCon. Everyone's asking for business cards. I didn't have any. I'm such a freaking idiot. To be fair, I gave them the website, and the website is on the inside of like every comic that I have printed. But you know, it does help to just be throwing out business cards. So got business cards for next time, and they look very pretty. I didn't bring any up with me, otherwise I'd show you them. But they're nice looking. Trisha's gone from simple otaku to published creator. Kick ass. Hell yeah, man. Gotta make it on your own, right? Do the best you can, anyways. But yeah, so maybe I should poll the project up so people who maybe have not been on the in crowd here know what I'm referencing when I talk about the next campaign that I'm doing. Let's pull up the pre-launch page here. There we go. Reaper Book 1, The Cursed Castle. And I guess every Reaper book or volume or whatever you'd like to refer to it as would always have like a different subtitle, like Book 2, the blah, blah, blah. And that gives you some hint, along with, of course, the cover of what the heck he's getting into this time. Monster of the Week and whatnot, right? But, yes, very excited about making this a series. It's unfortunate. I've been working on this for a while now. It's only recently that I've been making the most progress on it, though, because I want to get it out there so badly. But yes, I had my hard drive died, and this was one of the projects that was kind of a little lost on there. So there is some redoing of work that needed to be done, but in the end, it did help the art out, because I've grown a lot as an artist since I did those original draft pages that I did for Reaper. So there's that, trying to stay on the positive side of things when you lose a lot of work in progress. But I've been working on this for a while, and the funny part is I've seen at least one other creator come out with a book. Maybe that was also on Indiegogo. I'm not sure, but another campaign that was called Reaper, and I was like, fuck, shit, I fucking suck. I had already done like figuring out all the logo work and everything. It's like, god damn it. So I guess the subtext helps in that regard. Helps maybe distinguish it a little bit. What was the other one? I think it was called Reaper Destroyer. Was that it? It's not, it has nothing to do with this fantasy concept of soul reaping. Rather, instead, it was a superhero comic, from what I can tell, or like an anti-hero or anti-villain. I don't know. Can I? Yeah, Reaper Destroyer. That was it. Is there a page I can pull up for this? Oh, damn! It did really well. Good for this guy. Honestly, but this is the one. Yeah. I mean, it looks sick. It's just a shame that while I was working, I wasn't ready to like release my own book titled Reaper. And while I was panicking about losing my hard drive, it was like vaguely around the same time. Not exactly around the same time, but you know. Then this comes out, and I'm like, God damn, shit. Wasn't quick enough, right? Can't be the first, but you know, can't stop you from being the best either. Thanks for the $10. R33S3M. Nice name. Thanks for entertaining me with your fun art on Instagram and what you do here. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that I can be entertaining to someone. Yeah, second book title confirmed. Reaper Book 2, the blah blah blah. There you go. Reaper no reaping. Oh, perfect. Discovering someone has the same title character name is the worst. Yes, especially when it comes out around the same time. Like if it's years distant from each other, not as big of a deal. But if it's literally like the same year, it's terrible for your SEO. Just in general, like me typing in Horizon Quest into the search function, the search bar. Yes, I know what a bar is. I'm smart. Just typing in Horizon Quest into the search engine, I so very often get Horizon New Dawn comics or something like that, or some other comics named Horizon, way before actually getting the comic called Horizon Quest. And it's tough. That is some tough stuff. It's not as bad, of course. I have a feeling that Reaper might be a little bit more difficult, but you know, it's always tough. Even if you're not competing for sales from the same market, you're still like kind of competing for that search engine optimization. But yeah, very excited about this one. And you know, I put like 2 panels here. It's just kind of stuff that I only did like the first few pages when I made this. Oh God, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I jinxed myself, didn't I? It's always the worst when you can't sneeze. Just went away. Shh. All right, but yes, when I made the pre-launch page, I only had like maybe the first 3 pages drawn out. So this is just what I could show you. And like, you know, even those pages, I still need to go back and edit some stuff in there. Add some sound effects and word bubbles and stuff like that. But I wanted to kind of show you something that I could. I spent like so much time on the cover itself, tweaking it like 1,000 times, again and again and again and again. And for those of you who like are on the Subscribe Star, donate to the fan club, you might notice that the logo itself is like a little bit different, and the overall cover is slightly different. And there's so many times where I would tweak things and then reverse back to what it was before. That's also the worst. When you just can't decide like what colors to use or what is the right way to go about it. At the end of the day, it just kind of turned into like this gloomy looking thing, which I guess is quite fitting for what it is. I wasn't sure how bright to make the castle in the back because part of me wanted to keep it somewhat in shadow and mysterious, but at the same time, main character at the forefront is also wearing fairly dark clothes. It's this kind of odd balancing act, I suppose. But I think it overall turned out pretty good. And I can always change it again if I come up with a better way of balancing out those colors and everything. I'm very excited to see what's in the haunted castle. Oh, yes. Good stuff awaits you there. Oh, and look who is in the chat, just hanging out. Hanging out with the cool kids. I think you did good. Ah, thank you. Oh, man. I was so nervous, too, because I really wanted it to look good. And it looks acceptable in the end. I think I can do much better for future covers, but this is what I wanted it to look like overall. Like him in the forefront, cool castle in the background, spooky mysteriousness with the sword, as the sword is important. Hence why I wanted to put it in the logo, because the sword is important. But yeah. So hopefully that'll be something. And yes. Some of you recognize, I guess, Adam from like the Dannphan's channel, especially, since there are a lot of the same faces in the chat. For those of you who do want to come hang out on Dannphan's channel, yes, we do play video games on there and chill and scream and whatnot. So you can, I think I have it in the description, the Dannphan's channel where we do the video game streams. I wanted to do videos for that channel too, but it's just too much work at the end of the day. Just a little bit more work than I was willing to put in. I did a few, but then it's just also my video editor on this computer is kind of suck. Just being perfectly honest, it's kind of suck. It's not super good. Crashes very often. You can't use it unless you're online. Shady as fuck, I know, but yeah, it's kind of suck. Hence the main reason why I have an editor on this channel now, because don't want to put up with this editor that I have on here. I want to use it as little as possible. But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, no offline, that's BS. Yeah, I'm sure it's because they're probably like uploading my videos, whatever videos I put in the editor, and they're just uploading it to some server to train some AI or something. I mean, they do have like AI features on the editor itself, so wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure that there's something that you just hit agree to, and then it's like, we get permission to use all your data. Woo! I would expect that from any editor that forces you to be online, because what are you uploading? What are you uploading from the video editor if it's not the videos that I'm putting on the editor? But and that art was a huge leap from HQ. Thank you. It's always good to know I'm getting better and better with each book, of course. But of course, another thing to keep in mind is that, yeah, I got one here. Horizon Quest this is supposed to be a little bit more cartoony, a little bit zany, more fun. While as Reaper is a little bit more, yeah, I already said it, but moody. We got a little bit more of an edgy boy there. Not that it's going to be depressing or super depressing. People sometimes ask me, well, how dark is dark fantasy for your Reaper book that you're coming out with? And one of the best things I can say is it's not as bad as Berserk. Because I know that a lot of people who are asking me this question, I know you've seen Berserk. It's not going to traumatize you. There's no rape, nothing super over the top that's going to try to live in your mind rent-free, as they say. But it does use horror elements to tell the story. It is a little bit moody, as I keep on saying. And I feel like it's important to contrast those very dark elements with some lighter themes as well. So, like, it's not all depressing, despite, the character maybe being a little bit edgy. There are some, like, happy scenes in there, too, and stuff like that. Yeah. Berserk-ish. Any vampires there? You're gonna have to read it to find out, huh? Reaper looks like it has a photorealistic sword and background. I don't know. All I did was paint it. I suppose I should take that as a compliment, though. So thank you. Reminds me of Claymore. I have seen Claymore. It's okay. I guess it's kind of the same amount of, well, they have rape in Claymore too, I guess, yeah. Not as graphic rape, but Reaper, I would say, is closer to Claymore than it is to Berserk, but still probably not as dark. Just got here and we're talking about rape. Interesting. I don't want to talk about rape. I'm just saying, as like a darkness meter, people tend to, use that as a form of making their story more dark. I would say that they overuse it for making their story more dark, even. But yeah, think about like the darkest story that you've ever read ever. Think about the darkest manga you've ever read ever. Was there rape in it? Just saying. He's joking, by the way. But that would be quite a twist. Can't see the camera reflecting in the sword. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So that's exciting. The night reflection and the glow on the eye is such a great touch. Thank you, Ray. Always good to hear some motivating words of encouragement. So yeah, I'm thinking like August 1st, maybe? I'll release a preview read. And it's going to be a pretty big preview. I'm thinking maybe like 26 pages, which is that's practically like reading an entire issue, right? But of course, keep in mind that the book itself is like 100 pages. So that's really just like a fourth of what the whole story is. And not even to mention that it's going to be a series, so there's going to be more books. But I am hoping that with that preview read, with those 26 pages, I'm hoping I can hook people over, rile up their interest. And I do hope it goes somewhere. So once again, maybe I'll post another link in chat here. If you are interested in it, make sure that you're signed up for the mailing list, because I'm not 100% sure when I can launch this campaign, of course. But my goal is to get 500 signups. And I feel like if I get 500 signups on the mailing list, that's kind of some validation that I can go through with it this year, that I should get it out there. And right now we have around like 65 signups. So we could do a little bit better, I think. I am expecting to get a lot more once I get the preview read out there. Once people can read a bigger chunk of the story, maybe they'll be more sold on it. Because right now I showed you like 2 panels. I showed you the cover, and then I showed you these 2 panels. Out of context, I might add. But I do have more art to show. I'll probably be sharing more panels before August. Just, adding in some more story details, giving you a little bit of spicing up before the main course. And then, boom, big fat preview read. Get you infested. Will the preview be on the fan club or public? Both. What I actually had in mind was post it to the fan club, but also post it on this other site where I think I could possibly, maybe, get more readership. Not 100% sure, of course. It's one of those gambling things. But I am trying to reach out to more people. So it might be smart to explore other avenues to do that. I forgot how to read them left to right. Somewhat relatable. I get it. Get it out there on a EVS stream. What's holding you back? I guess scheduling. I should message him again sometime. See if we can actually make a date for that, right? Because he seems interested on having me on. He doesn't seem like against it or anything. It's just like, I don't know. He's probably just busy, keep missing each other. Unless we're on Twitter at the same time messaging each other, I think it's probably maybe harder to get a firm date nailed down. You can see full well he kills her. You can have missed. They changed the story. Wait, what are you talking about? I missed it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hiya, what movies are you gonna see tonight? I guess just asking everyone in general, right? Friday night, anyone going to out to see any movies? I have not been to the theater in a while now, I guess. It's usually not too much interesting stuff coming out. I think the last film I saw in the theater was Top Gun Maverick, which was genuinely good, and it was a great theater experience. But, do you think it could be available in FCBD Oh, free comic book day. Or would it be too expensive? You would get exposure? Definitely would be too expensive. Definitely, yes. Also, I don't have a way of distributing that to other comic book shops because I don't have a distributor. All of the comic book shops that I've been able to get my comic in, or any of my comics in, I go to the shop directly with the book and ask them, hey, would you like to sell this in your store? But I don't have any real way of mass selling comics to comic shops, which is a somewhat of a problem, but not a huge problem. It just like a lot of people would argue that like you don't sell that much in comic book shops anyway because people are always going to pick up what they know as opposed to, oh, I'll roll the dice on this one today. And in some cases, you won't make as much money selling to comic book shops as you will make towards just selling to the customer directly, which is fair. It is what it is. I would like to have more of my comics in comic book shops, though, regardless. Maybe that's just because, to me, it gives a sense of validation. Like, if you see your book in a store. Or, maybe it would genuinely be good for getting more eyes on it. Who knows? I guess it also depends how the comic book shop owner treats the book. Like, am I going to be put super far in the back, covered by 90 other books? Or am I going to be like displayed on a nice cardboard display where it says new authors or, indie creators? Because that would be nice, right? If they're actually trying to sell the book versus, I'll use this to fill up some shelf space that's empty. But that's all from me. Ciao. Okay, I'll see you. Yeah, don't even. I feel bad for the people who genuinely wanted that Barbie movie to be good. It was really interesting with that first Barbie trailer. They did a decent job at making it seem kind of fun and quirky. I didn't realize they were gonna go in some. I mean, I should have, right? Because it's a modern movie, but I didn't realize they were really gonna commit to going in a misandry versus misogyny direction. That's what I heard anyway. I didn't watch the movie. Don't get me wrong. I don't really even like Barbie enough to commit to watching a Barbie movie in theaters. But it would have been fun to watch in general. If it were a fun movie. But it sounds like it's not very fun if they just want to do some pro-misandry thing. I don't even know. Barbie schmarby. Yeah, I hear that. Probably the only thing I'd watch, if it's still in theaters, is maybe Ruby Gillman. Though even that, I'll just wait for a Blu-ray maybe. Yeah. I did hear that wasn't really performing well. And I already know the plot twist for it, and it doesn't really sound that fantastic. It sounds very generic, I'll say that much. I don't like the art style for Ruby Gillman, and that's what initially turned me off for it. But plot-wise, just sounds kind of generic. Doesn't sound like they did any real, like, with manga, you've got like so many types of the same story, but there's always some different twist on it, right? And you don't really, And the twist is a twist that's unique. I should also add that it's not like a generic twist. It's a unique twist. Ruby Gillman has one of those twists where it's a predictable generic twist. So it doesn't have the effect of being a real twist. And not every single movie or comic needs to have a twist in it. It just needs something unique in it. Just needs something valuable, whether that be like your execution of a story or your idea or, you know, I don't need to explain. I think you get it, but yeah. I've seen Black Sheep. That movie is ridiculous. Oh, this quote, this comment. Yes. I just learned about a New Zealand horror movie called Black Sheep about a were-sheep monster. So probably watching that ASAP. That sounds pretty fun. That's something that's a unique twist. So I'll give it that. Hey, you want to come on stream?
So I'd say hi
and say hi to the chat.
But I'd apologize for the books not being arrived.
Oh, it's not our fault.
Yeah,
they didn't even tell us that the books were stuck in one area.
Yeah. Did you tell the story? Or?
Yeah.
So it turns out the tracker thing is as fake as the Domino's pizza thing.
Yeah, right.
Ugh. It's just like on a timer. Like every day it would say in transit.
Knew something was up because that's just yeah.
It was like every day it would say in transit or arrived at TNT location, but it wouldn't it wouldn't say where. Like it just said left Paris and then was like at customs or whatever. And then it was like moving and whatever. So I emailed the person who the company shipped it, and then they were like, "Oh, I called them and they said it's gonna be delivered today." It's not. So then.
Yeah, that was days ago, and then we emailed FedEx TNT, and then
I called them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Call, much more effective. The good news is an actual person picked up, and they actually tried to help, which is always good news.
Yeah,
customer service is very important.
Yeah, they spoke English and were competent, which is a godsend.
Right, of course. And they gave us completely different information. They were like, "You need this form to receive the packages."
Also, it was in a bizarre place. It came into the U.S. from Paris, and they landed the plane in Memphis, right. Tennessee. So why?
It's cool. Trent's gonna pick him up for us. He's in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
The tracker didn't even say it's where in the country it was. It was just it's here and it's at a TNT location. It's okay.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's just what it updates to say whenever it's stuck in a location. But that doesn't help us. That doesn't actually help us at all.
Yeah, it was every day at 2 a.m. or something, it would just have an update thing that said it's in transit or it arrived someplace 2 a.m. plus some change. It was
just repeats the same update over and over again.
Did we send out all the helmets or there?
Yeah, that was all of them.
Woo!
Woo! Finished that up at least.
I feel so bad that people who got the bundle with my book. They're waiting.
Yeah, and the Ultimate Bundle.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the actual books.
I feel bad, but I guess it's not really.
Yeah, they really should have just emailed us so that we would know ahead of time, so that we would actually be on time rather than wasting our time.
I don't know who's supposed to tell me about that. Maybe I was just supposed to know, but I mean, you can order stuff from other countries and you don't have to give them your social security number. It's I
don't know, man. I don't know how we were supposed to know. Maybe they told the the company we ordered from, but they just didn't relay the information to us.
I guess if you're ordering black tar heroin from Amazon and you just get like one package, they're like, I might as well not check it. And then if it's like,
yeah, right,
hundreds of pounds of books, then it's like, I guess we should hassle them.
Flip through the pages, make sure there's no $100 bills in between these.
If only.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
They also, like, some companies, when they print extra books, because, like, you just have to, like, turn the machine off at the right time so that you don't just print, like, a gazillion books. So some companies will, in their terms, they're like, we'll sell those to you at 50% of the cost of, like, the other books of the runs. Like, what if I just say no? What if I, like, won't buy them from you?
Where did they go?
What are you going to do? Like, what do you mean sell them to me? So, but I was like looking at the manifest or whatever, and it said that there's 6 extra books in there. So,
yeah, I mean, I get a lot of stuff from you printing. I got the business cards from them that I just ordered. They always overprint, but they always give me the extras.
Yeah, I mean, because what else are they going to do?
Yeah.
Let's renegotiate.
They overprint by a lot sometimes, though, and then I'm just stuck with a lot of product that I don't know what to do with, like those Valentine's cards.
Because like I'm wondering what the average. Oh, maybe Wonderful Galaxy would know. I wonder what the average overprinting is for like a printing run. Like, is it 6 or 12 or something? Because if you overprint by like, you fell asleep, right? You're supposed to turn the machine off. You just fell asleep. You overprint by like 1,000 books, and then you're like, hey, listen, you want to buy these at 50% of the cost of the original thing? It's a deal. And what if they're like, no, I don't want that? Like, what do you just use it to insulate your house?
They probably just recycle them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds...
just throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
Grind them up. About 10%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So I still think we'll be done. I hope at least we'll be, assuming that they come when they say that they're going to come now. We should be done by fulfillment by the end of the month.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping like, the week.
If they came tomorrow, that would be fantastic.
God willing. Well, they said early next week, and technically the week starts on like Sunday, right? So like,
right. Does FedEx work on a Sunday? I guess not.
No. It's also like not exactly FedEx.
Yeah, well, they're joint.
Yeah, because like apparently TNT is getting bought by FedEx, so they're merging stuff. And so when I called, they were like, "What's the shipping number?" And then they were like, "Okay, and which company is it? Is it TNT or FedEx?"
Right.
And because the lady was like, "I have the same number for both companies." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds." So there's still. And some places are still listed on, because I was wondering which hub it could possibly be at. And so I was like looking at all the hubs in the US. Some are still called TNT and are like operational, and then some are closed forever and are TNT. And so I guess they're being converted into FedEx or something. So.
Goodbye, El Kraken. Have a good rest of your Friday. Go have fun. Hey, Renee says your hair looks nice today.
Aw, that's so sweet.
He was real worried about your hair, but it always looks nice. Oh. Cat Adam.
Oh, I should have stuck this in someone's like.
It's got a dice in there. I fiddle with it sometimes on streams because it's just here,
It's like not on the tracks. It's just like.
Do you need help?
I think I've like.
I didn't even screw it on that tightly.
No, it's not how tight it's screwed on. It's off the track. So like some of the notches are on the wrong. You can see it's like uneven. So twisting is probably not. You probably just need to slam it into a table.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, that was not the correct way. No, I made it worse.
Oh.
That sound, is it just popping even? See how it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't really see on the camera, but it's like.
You need something dark behind it so that it pops out more.
Oh, no, the camera's over here. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah. That dice is stuck in there now.
It happens. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Oh, Trent says, I think there's a FedEx HQ in Tennessee, so that might be why I went there first.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just weird to fly over, like.
Yeah, fly over the state you're supposed to send it to.
Fly over the tons of states and then just like.
Over here.
It just seems like Tennessee is like so deep in that you're just like, let me fly this as far as possible away and then we'll bring it back.
Right. If it were closer to us, then we could have just showed up at the location with a baseball bat and been like, where's my books?
They should just like Santa Claus that stuff. Just throw it out into your chimney. Dump like hundreds of pounds of books onto someone's house.
Yeah, there you go. I can see no flaws in this logic. Okay.
Sorry, I'll like leave you to your streaming.
I only got like 7 minutes left till the hour's up. Anyone else have plot discussions? The news of the week you guys want to talk about? If it goes to Memphis FedEx Hub, you're in for a wait. Had a package go there. 2-day shipping took a week. Ugh. That is a huge pain. I mean, like, it's been there for a while. They just didn't tell us. So, you know. I guess they're either fairly disorganized or they told the company and then they can reach out to the receiver, though. You don't have to relay everything to the sender to tell the receiver, because normally you get an email alongside where you're sending the package so that you can email the person receiving the package and tell them the information that needs to be told. I'm pretty sure you guys who receive stuff from my campaigns and from my website, you also should get an email from where I buy the labels, where it'll tell you, the tracking number and whatever information you need to know about it. That's not even the only package recently that I just have not been receiving on time. I ordered a bunch of manga from Right Stuff, and I have not heard any updates on that. I want my manga. Where is it? Shameful, honestly. But whatever. I got the helmet, but I didn't get the gold and silver one. You never told me what person you were. I don't know. Yes, for taxes related reason. What was that in response to? Whatever. Did you hear that Japan is discussing forcing all mangakas to reveal their identity? Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm a little bit confused about the situation. Is that was for the taxes related reason? That makes sense. That makes more sense, yes. So obviously there are sometimes reasonings behind why you would want to remain anonymous. Usually You don't really have to. Like in America, a lot of people want to remain anonymous if their like opinions are spicy, I guess. Man, this is really on there. How did that even happen? I was quite certain that I did not get it off the notches like that. But yeah, in Japan, I'm not 100% sure what independent reasons you need to remain anonymous there. I guess some people just don't want their name to be their brand. Okay. I don't know what negatives will exactly come from it, is what I'm saying. I think it'll probably be fine. But rather unnecessary for Japan to do it. At the very least, they're not like releasing their addresses. Oh, you know, I guess if Japan still has phone books because of the declining population, you could theoretically find the actual person. Essentially, what phone books are nowadays are just like doxing mechanisms. Stalkers? Question mark. Well, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Dannphan consults your utmost trustworthy, wisest advisors about safety precautions when USA government announces the switch to digital currency. Thank you. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. It'll probably be fine. If something, I don't know. I don't know. Every like popular mangaka I know who would have stalkers also has their real name out there. The only one I can really think of is one, right? Because one uses the digital name. Oh, like highest selling manga in the world, One Piece. He's got his real name out there, just Ichiro Oda. I don't know. Social media are the new phone books. I guess so. I'm surprised anyone still uses phone books in an age where everything is on speed dial. I mean, they're essentially outdated. If they still, because like, does anyone even have a landline anymore? Like, does anyone actually have a home phone, or is everyone just using their cell phones? Maybe the current impressions of the summer anime season. As far as like talking about stuff, let's actually look at summer anime. That is I like that. Good idea. Summer anime 2024. Let's see, my anime list should have a list of them, right? Oh, that's weird. It didn't show up. Huh. Usually it's like the first one to show up. I don't know. Maybe I didn't type in the right thing. Well, let's look at this. Whoop-a-doo. All right, we got a bunch of more isekai stuff. Bastard, Heavy Metal, Dark Fantasy Season 2. Is that actually the name of the season? Or are they just like also listing the genre along with it? Fun fact, I read some of the Bastard manga. That's all I got to say, really. Bungo Stray Dogs, Dark Gathering, Horimiya. Oh, okay. The Missing Pieces. Is that relive iconic moments between the characters of Horimiya, not yet adapted to anime? Well, it is. It's getting adapted to anime, I suppose. So just deleted scenes from the original anime. My Tiny Senpai, I read all the manga for My Tiny Senpai. Only watched a little bit of the anime, but it's okay. It's like Oshigoshi nonsense, of course. Oshigoshi inoffensive, no huge plot twists. Shoko Tensen, some are excited about that. Masamune-kun's Revenge R. I assume that's just the second season of Masamune-kun's Revenge. Gotta say, read all the manga for that. Super disappointing. Yeah, they just did not maximize their potential for that story at all. That was a weird fucking... how they conclude that. Ugh. My goodness. Rent a Girlfriend, which I also heard. Similar story where, like, it's an interesting concept, but they just turn it into some garbage. Spy Classroom already has a second season. I feel like, I don't know. I thought that just came out or something. Yes, Devil is a part-timer next season, but they don't specify the season. I was also disappointed where that manga went. I dropped it, so I don't know. I'm not fully updated on it. I dropped it a while ago. Great Cleric, I actually read the first volume 4. It's kind of just your standard isekai. And like other many isekais, the hook is like kind of racism against furry people. Again? Okay, sure. Let's do it again and again and again and fucking again. I haven't watched this anime yet, but I want to. I started reading the manga and it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. So I want to look at the anime. I think Chibi Reviews described it as being like ugly and yet beautiful, and I'm not sure what that means. So I guess I'll find out when I actually sit down and watch it. Tonakawa Over the Moon for You High School Days. Is this a spinoff? Oh, it's an OVA, right? Huh. Okay. I'd kind of just rather have the next season, but you know, whatever. And then Zombie 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Read through all that manga. Review coming. But yeah, it's a very good concept. And I watched the first episode of it. And they did pretty good with the anime, although it is like kind of different from the manga. Vaguely, like the first episode in the anime, it's very dramatic and like so high energy dramatic. But in the first chapter of the manga, it's a lot more comedy based, a little bit more laid back. And that's kind of how the series as a whole is, where it's just more comedy based. Don't take this too seriously, you know, lay back and enjoy the ride type thing. So it's a little bit different. And then these are the movies. And don't see anything interesting in the movies. So that's about it, I guess. I don't know. Do you see anything that I'm kind of glossing over? That would be good. Did you read Hell's Paradise? Maybe. I don't. I feel like there's too many manga that sound way too similar to Hell's Paradise to the point where I can't actually tell if I've read it or if I'm just thinking of something slightly different. Okay, let me answer some of these questions, I suppose. Would you recommend publishing on webtoons? Not really. Not unless you're just starting out and looking to get an audience. But as a career, publishing on webtoons, no, you got to go a different way. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to make a career out of webcomics. Are you going to any more conventions? Yes. I think I'm going to another one next month. Yeah. Yeah, for a while, I think we just have conventions planned out for each month. So, yeah. Going to another one in New York, which I think is next month, I think. Don't call me on this. I have it on a calendar, and I don't have the calendar next to me right now. But yes, I will be putting those business cards to good use. Hell yeah. You read The Fable or its sequel? I don't think I have. Once again, there's a lot of similar titled things that I might be getting it confused with. Have you read Witch Watch or Dan? Yes, I got fully caught up on Dan. Not as easy of a time reading Witch Watch, funny enough. I just find it really odd, like starting off the series with like what is essentially going to be a romance between an Oni and a witch. There's just something that's striking me as odd about that initially. I also feel like the Oni guy character is a little bit wooden, so it's not very engaging for me. So it's been a little bit harder to read that one. But there are some like really unique and fun things about it. I like all the witchcraft stuff. I like how like zany and like Ghibli it is at times. But Dan, shockingly, was very engaging. And I was initially put off by the sheer, I don't know what I would call it, the sheer grit or rawness, I suppose. But after I kind of got over that hump, I did end up enjoying it quite a bit. And they have some really great, well-drawn action scenes in Dan. So, yeah, not bad. I also feel it. I feel the romance in that manga a lot more firmly. Like I can genuinely see their dynamic, and I believe it when they like each other. Dark Gathering, yes, that is another one on there. I have not read Dark Gathering, so I can't really be as excited for that. But I could always check it out if you think it's worth checking out. Have you read Wild Strawberry? I have. I read the first chapter at least. I saw that it updated, but I didn't read the second chapter. Seems a little basic. But there is one compliment I can give to it, which would be very art related. Like, what I like about Wild Strawberry, and this is a very tiny compliment, but I feel the need to point it out. The way that they draw her eye as being like her eyelashes are like flower petals, that is very visually striking, and I really like it. That is one very definitive compliment I can give to Wild Strawberry, is that is very visually striking, and that is very enjoyable to look at. Look at those visually striking, odd but beautiful type things, But Wild Strawberry, the story, it just kind of struck me as kind of basic. It's like, oh yeah, plants hate people. Like, remember that movie, what was it, The Happening? That horror movie? Where all those people were committing suicide and, oh, why is it happening? I don't know why. And then they found out it was the fucking plants. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. There's something comical about that plot twist. I get it. I get what they were going for, where it's like, the plants turned into the predators. They're in the apex predators now. It makes a little bit more sense in Wild Strawberry that they actually are like controlling the human bodies and then like eating other people or whatever. But yeah, the plants just hypnotizing you to committing suicide. There's something really comical about that premise in general. So I can't help laughing at it. But yeah, also people don't really like that movie. um but yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day for now. We're like at an hour and 12 minutes. I'm thinking I want to get some water and relax a little bit. But thanks for coming on to the Dannphan stream. It's been all well and good fun. Let's see. Yes, Reaper the Cursed Castle. Ladies and gents, feel free to sign up for the mailing list for that if you are interested in perhaps a little bit of dark fantasy from an indie creator myself. I think it'll be a very fun series, and I just hope that we get the readership behind it. So right now our goal is let's get 500 signups for this campaign, and let's see how we do. Game stream tonight? Good question. We'll see how tired I am once I get off of this stream. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me this very fantastic Friday. I'll see you next time, be that on the Game Fan stream or Monday when I come out with my next review. So, good night, everybody, and have a fantastic Friday.